All right, welcome to week 2. Dana and Summer, thank you so much for your work during week 1. I saw that both of you turned in your video reflections. They look great, so I'll be getting those into the grade book here shortly. But I just wanted to, like I said, provide you a video at the beginning of this week as to kind of review last week and then introduce things for this week. So they will always be posted either Monday or Tuesday at the latest, but just about a 10-ish minute video just to kind of walk through some things. Since I can't talk to you when we have class, I think this is kind of the best way. So I appreciate your feedback in the discussion board that you liked the videos, that they seem to be helpful. So again, I did get both of your submissions for your video reflection, so thank you for turning that in. And you guys are both up to date on the discussion board originally from week 1. So I'm just going to walk you through week 2. So pardon me for having that screen up there. That's the screen of the website that I use to make these videos. So we're going to go through week 2. So please let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email. I had mentioned in one of the replies that I don't always get notified if you guys ask a question or post something in a discussion board. So if you do have a question and you need it answered quickly, always email. So just turner@campbell.edu will be the quickest way for you to get a response. All right, so I'm going to go into student mode here so it looks how it should look for you guys. So here we are, and I'm going to go into my weekly content. You guys have finished what you need to do for the first week, so that's good. Only 7 more to go. Week 2, here is all of our information. So I want to take a minute and walk through some things with you because not everything that you see here is due on Sunday at 11:59. So I'm going to start with what, if I were you, I would tackle first. So the first thing that I want you guys to look at is this discussion lead rubric and discussion lead survey. So what this is, in the main campus course, students lead a lesson and discussion on a set of chapters to the class. They are the teachers. It's a chance for them to get in front of the room and start to practice teaching. So I want you guys to have the same opportunity, although it will be virtual and not in front of the classroom necessarily in person, but it is something that you guys will have some exposure to. So the first thing, if you click on the rubric, again, you'll always have a rubric for the work that I ask you to do. So this is a 100-point project, if you want to call it a project. And what you're going to do is basically be the teacher for a week. So I will take you to that second link here in just a second, but you are going to prepare some sort of activity and discussion for 1 week's worth of the content-based chapters in our textbook. So you should engage all participants. I will act as a student that week, and then you will be the teacher, be the lead. I won't submit anything that you'll have to grade. So if you assign a task, which you will, I won't complete the task because that you wouldn't have to grade that. And then I would complete the task that you assign to the other participant, and I would grade that for their grade. But be sure that you're engaging both participants. So Summer, you would engage Dana and myself, and Dana, you would engage Summer and myself. And be as though you are the classroom teacher. I know it's a little bit different since we're virtual, but still take that lead role. So be sure to look back at this rubric for any questions. I try to lay everything out as simple as I can. So just making sure that you are prepared for discussion, that you are presenting and facilitating conversation in a lead role. You're answering questions. When you have a discussion board, you're responding to questions or comments. You have some sort of handout or tool for each chapter that you are presenting. You're going to have some sort of resource. It does not have to be extensive. It does not have to be anything detailed notes. It just needs to be something that is a walk-away item, a tool that we can use as a summary or a reference for the content that's within that chapter. And then class participation, that through your leadership and facilitation, the other 2 participants, myself and the other student, are engaged 100%. So that is the discussion lead rubric. Now I'm going to take you back to this part of our course and look at this discussion lead survey. So this is how you're going to let me know what you would like to do. click on this link, and it will take you into a Google survey where you're going to let me know your first, second, and third choice for the weeks that you would take the lead. And again, I'm not going to necessarily facilitate anything unless you email me, ask me some questions, and I can certainly support you. But you are going to choose a first, second, and third choice of the week that you would like to facilitate. And I've noted here what the chapters are. You'll have to look on your calendar to see exactly what weeks, like calendar weeks, these are for you. But you're going to let me know if you want to be the lead facilitator for week 4, which is chapters 7, 8, and 9, week 5, which is chapters 10, 11, and 12, week 6, which is chapters 13, 14, 15, or week 7, which is chapters 16, 17, and 18. So under each section, first, second, and third, you're just going to pick one and let me know what those options are for you. If there's anything else you need to let me know, please put it in that bottom part of the survey, click submit, and I will check that. This is due at 11:59 Sunday so that I can then kind of plan out the rest of our 7 weeks together, 6 weeks at that time. So make sure that that is done first so that I can get that organized and ready to go. All right. So I'm going to close out of that, go back into our week. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you guys to tackle. The next thing I want you to tackle is I'm going to post, it's not listed here, but I'm going to post a discussion question for chapter 1 because that was your assignment to read that. So I will be posting that today. So by Sunday at 11:59, you need to both make a post and a reply to the other posting. So that is your homework as well. So be looking for that discussion board. It should pop up that you have some content added to the course, but I will always send an announcement just so you know. Okay, so that's task number 2. All right, then the next thing, if we're looking, we're going to read chapters 3 and 4. So we're getting close, I believe, to when your free trial is over for Cengage MindTap. So you should have purchased the book at this point. It is real. I know it's kind of an expense, an added expense, and it's tough, but this textbook I love because it literally has like lessons and activities and ideas that you can walk away with right then. So hopefully you have purchased that book because you're going to need to read chapters 3 and 4. At the end, once you've finished chapters 3 and 4, for each one, when it pulls up your chapter, it's going to show you a wrapping it up quiz. So for both of those, it's a 10-question quiz about the content of the chapter. This week, I want you to complete both chapters 3 and 4 quizzes. Be sure that you have the book, that you have read the chapter and you have the chapters handy because you get one attempt to complete the quiz. So once you submit it, you can't go back and resubmit or edit your answers. And you have a 30-minute window. So be sure, for me, I would have to do it once the kids are in bed because I don't want to get interrupted with that 30-minute time limit. So you're going to read chapter 3 and complete the wrapping it up quiz, and then chapter 4 and complete the wrapping it up quiz. Both of those are set to be closed at 11:59 on Sunday as well. All right, now finally, this is the last one I'm going to give you guys to tackle because it's not due until the end of next week. So 11:59 at the end of week 3. So this one you've got a little time, but I wanted to give it to you so you could plan ahead. Especially if you're not back with kids yet in school, maybe you have some extra time right now. So this is an article reflection. Here is the rubric again, as I said, I will always provide you. This is going to be a 3-page typed reflection. Here are the criteria for side margins and font. You're going to summarize the article, connect it to current instruction in school, what's happening in your schools right now and how it relates to that article. You're going to talk about implications for educators, meaning what does this mean? When I'm finished reading this article, what does this mean for teachers? What is a takeaway or a lesson or something that will directly affect teachers in the classroom? And then you're also going to include within your reflection, your opinion of the article. So obviously there is no right or wrong for this, but that you are clearly stating your opinion of the article. And finally, you are including at least one question that this may raise for you or for teachers in general. So it would be kind of like well, I've read this article and I'm wondering about, or this may raise questions for current practicing teachers because, and here's some questions that they may ask. So here is your rubric. Again, it talks about the setup, what needs to be in the summary specifically, the connection, the implication, the reflection, and at least one question that's connected to the content. All right, now if you click on this link, the article itself is going to pop up for you to read. So here is the article. And then I will create a place within Turnitin that will show up here on our course list also. I'll make a note that I need to do that. I'm going to add that to our list for the week. So here's your article that you're going to read. So let's recap this because I know it's a lot, but it's only a few kind of more major things and a couple of minor things. So number one, look at this discussion lead rubric and then complete the discussion lead survey. This is your homework number one. It should only take you 5 minutes to kind of figure out your game plan, and that survey is due by 11:59 on Sunday. Then your homework number two is going to be discussion questions about chapter 1, which you read last week. I will post that at the same time that I post this video for you guys, so they should both be available at the same time. So that's homework number 2 is your discussion. Remember, by 11:59 on Sunday, you are going to post and then reply to the other person's post by 11:59 on Sunday. All right, then homework number 3 is going to be your reading and your wrapping it up quiz. So chapter 3, you're going to read that and then complete your wrapping it up quiz. Again, 30-minute time limit and you only get 1 attempt. Chapter 4, same thing. Read it, complete your wrapping it up quiz. I will check in with you next week to kind of get your input and your feedback on that. Both the chapter and the wrapping it up quiz and having both of them. So I know that as we move forward, we have some weeks with 3 chapters. We will not always have that every chapter we read, we have a quiz. For this week and these first 6 chapters of the book, those are the most critical to me. So I want us to be talking about those and have some more accountability for those. So that's why we're doing it for both chapters 3 and 4. So that was homework number 3. And then finally, homework number 4 is going to be your article reflection. Here's your rubric and here's your actual article. Again, this is not due until 11:59 at the end of week 3. So you have a full 2 weeks, week and a half to get this finished. So that's why it's homework number 4, because it's going to be the last thing that you tackle. So, and this is about the end of my 15-minute time limit for this video. So hopefully these videos are helpful to you to kind of lay out what you need to do for the week. That way, at least if I'm not there to talk with you a lot about the content of the chapters, I can help guide you through how to tackle your week. So one last time, homework 1 is your discussion lead survey. Get that in by 11:59 Sunday. Homework 2 is your discussion. You're going to post and reply by 11:59 Sunday about chapter 1. I'll put it up there. And then homework 3 is going to be reading your 2 chapters and completing the 2 quizzes at the end. And then homework 4 is going to be your article reading and reflection. Again, that's not due until 11:59 Sunday on the end of week 3. So, all right, ladies. I know this is a long 15 minutes, but hopefully it's helpful to get your game plan together for the week. Always email me if you have questions. I appreciate your hard work, and I hope to see great things from you guys this week. Enjoy your week.